Morning, Jim McKinnon here with Money Management Inc. Hey, I'm going to keep talking about this book. I reread this book last night, and it's great, Crippled America. I would very much encourage you to get this book. I mean, Trump has some phenomenal ideas. You know, the only thing is, I don't know how you go back and trace did he get them done. I think one thing for sure that we found out, and Trump found out, is the swamp was a lot deeper than he thought it was. He says, I'm going to drain the swamp. But that swamp was as deeper than the oceans. And there's so many politicians on the take and so much going on. And even those that you say they're not taking bribes directly, you know, if a company is giving you $1 million or a couple of $100,000 a year towards your reelection campaign, do you think you might be voting for laws that are favorable to them? You know, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, Trump and I agree on something. In this book, he says, and I'm going to quote you, "For years I've been urging our politicians to have the guts to bust the OPEC cartel. But then I remember something Mark Twain said. Suppose you were an idiot, and suppose you were a member of Congress." But I repeat myself. And it's the same thing I've been saying. We got idiots up there. That's all we got is idiots. Don't tell me, but our senators are wonderful. I mean, Cindy Hyde and Roger, oh, baloney. Baloney. If they were so wonderful, why would we be in the shape we're in? If they were so wonderful, why do they take 100% salary after 4 years, and our military has to go 20 years, and they only get 50%? That's wonderful? That's baloney. They're princes and princesses. We need to kick the bombs out. And that's been my theory for a long time. Most people don't listen, folks. We get what we deserve. And we get Joe Biden because that's what we deserve is Joe Biden. Because most of us just don't care. We're not, I won't say smart enough. Smart's not the word. But we don't take the time to really study what a candidate stands for. Oh, he's a Democrat. I'm going to vote for him. Or he's a Republican. Baloney. Baloney. I mean, nothing. Trump has some, I mean, I read this again last night. And, you know, I just came away unbelievable. He talks about the problems that we have with oil. And he says, and he proves it's absolute fact. I looked this up, it's a fact. He says we've got more than enough oil already that we know about to last for probably 400 or 500 years. You know, folks, I'm not going to be around. Some of you may think you're going to make, Kim, you're going to make it 400 or 500 years.
I don't think so.
I don't think you are either, Kim. And I sure don't think I am. So why are we worried about energy? We got plenty of energy. We just got to drill for it. But there's a little bird in some of the places, or a bumblebee, it's on an endangered species list, so we're not able to drill on that land. We get what we deserve. And that's what we're getting. And that's the reason, folks, we're in deep doo-doo. That's the gospel truth. And we are going down a slide, and we're going down it fast. And all this stuff I've been telling you is going to come true. I love what Trump says when he says we've got all the energy we need. We just got to get the crooked, we don't have to say crooked, the politicians, oxymoron, to get off of it and go against their PACs and go against the people that give them millions of dollars. And the odds against that are about 100 trillion to none. Of course they're not going to do it. Politicians are up there to run for re-election. That's all they care about. Oh, well, you know, one of my senators got me this and that. Sure they did. Sure they did. That's how they get your vote. That's how they get your vote. But let me tell you something. When they pass a bill you don't like, say Nancy Pelosi proposes a bill, and it's something that you would absolutely hate, hey, she's got to have a majority to carry it. That means some of our senators have got to vote with her. Why? Because when we have a bill that Nancy doesn't like, Nancy's going to vote with us. That's called the good old boy system. Been that way for hundreds of years. It's going to stay that way. That's the way it is. One senator bucked that, and he was a multi-billionaire, so he provided his own money to run, and nobody gave him any money. And he only stayed there for 4 years, and that was it. And they managed to get him out. Put him in a closet down in the basement of the Congress. That's where his office was. Now, they talk about wind, that wind and all these turbines and all these wind things will produce energy. That's true, it will, but the cost is more than the oil. Isn't that amazing? They want to put these big old, what do you call them, Kim? Turbines?
Yeah, turbine
Windmills. Windmills. They want to put these up on hills and completely ruin the situation. That's the postman, right? They came in and out. Can you put that on hold? Well, we just had somebody come in. Is that happening? Okay. So anyway, I'm sorry we run out of time here, but the only thing I want to tell you is one of the things that people are proposing is that we go to electric cars, the cars that run off batteries. We don't have the electricity to charge those cars. Nobody's thought about that. And Mercedes-Benz just came out with something that they're going to stop making any gas cars. I forget the date, but it's not that far in the future. They said they're not going to make any more gas cars. They're all going to be electric. Now, how are you going to charge them? We're having blowouts in cities, big cities right now, because there's too much electricity being used, and we don't have it. But nobody thought about, hey, when you get all these electric cars, they take a ton of electricity. We don't have it set up for it. What are we going to do? Well, anyway, give you something to think about over the weekend. Hey, hope you have a great weekend. This is Jim. We're gone.